My attention span is all over the place today, so we're just going to play this old ass Call of Duty and talk. So Black Ops 7 is going to be revealed soon, and I don't know if I've ever been less interested to check out a Call of Duty in my life. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm getting older and not enjoying the games as much, or if they're genuinely getting worse. But I have seen a total of 0 people excited for this new game, and I don't blame them because it's only been 6 months since the last Black Ops. And even that lost my attention pretty quickly. In the beginning, it seemed pretty cool. I was enjoying it, but as time went on, it just became more and more ridiculous, which shouldn't be a surprise by this point. But it's like Call of Duty's in a competition with itself to see how ridiculous they can make the games. The Mr. Beastification of YouTube with the ridiculous thumbnails and editing styles to keep your attention is like the Fortnite-ification of first-person shooters. The over-the-top cosmetics in that game has gotten to a point where I feel like it's lost its visual identity, and I guarantee you if I booted that game up today, it probably doesn't look the same as it did when I played it 8 months ago. And then you have the fact that the campaign is tied to an online connection for some reason, so good luck playing that in 20 years. And I know playing a 20-year-old game is a crazy concept, but if you're not new to this channel, you know I like doing that quite often. And I guarantee you that there's going to be somebody today that'll be doing the same thing with games we play today in 20 years. So I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. But to be fair, I don't think it's Call of Duty alone that's had this problem. I feel like Halo Infinite had a really rocky launch with their whole live service motto behind it, and that game is in a really weird spot. And I know a lot of people enjoy the newer Halo multiplayer gameplay, but I've personally been a fan of the slower paced style of the older games. I feel like it separated itself from the other shooters in that way, and it kind of lost me with the newer games. I just don't get into it. And I've never been much of a Battlefield fan, never really got into those games, but Battlefield 6, man, that's looking pretty good. It looks like a game that's actually taking advantage of the hardware it's coming to. Since I picked up this next generation Xbox, I've mostly used it for older games like I'm doing right now with Modern Warfare 3. And it seems like we're going to actually have a new first-person shooter that's pushing the game technically and is actually doing something a little bit different. Is this supposed to be shooting that rapidly? I'm pretty sure this lobby's cooked, man. I don't know. These servers are really weird at this point. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Black Ops 6 because it looks fresh. Sure, things could change between now and the final release of the game, but from what I've seen in the gameplay that's been released so far, it's looking pretty fun. But we're gonna find that out next week with the open beta, I believe, unless there's some major issues with that to come up. But man, first-person shooters have been feeling really stale to me in recent years, if you couldn't tell. I was actually thinking about downloading Black Ops 6 to record this little live commentary on, but I'm like, I'll play a few games and I'm gonna delete it afterwards. What's the point? And if you played that, you know it's not a little download. We're talking like 300 gigabytes. That's another problem with that game. Why is it so bloated? I mean, oh my God, if Call of Duty comes to Switch this year, I can't imagine what that's gonna look like. Ooh, game winner. Haven't seen one of those in a while. So it seems that lobby was an unlock all and turned my level 30, 40 character, whatever it was, into a max rank with everything unlocked. Cool. Well, there goes the progression. You know, for as clunky and weird as Modern Warfare 3 was, I have some core memories with it. This is back when the worst thing you had to worry about in a Call of Duty game was the physics feeling a little bit different. Now you gotta worry about if they're going to be injecting it with AI art in 6 months from its release. I don't know if Activision outright admitted that they were using AI art, but Six Finger Santa Claus was not a good look. I know that Goodrich Games, friend of the channel, who's an industry veteran and still works in it, says that AI is pretty prevalent in game development right now. It's not a new thing, and it is something that's actively being used, so that wouldn't surprise me. You remember when the bacon skin and the kawaii skin in Black Ops 2 was as crazy as it got? I'm not even opposed to some wacky cosmetics, especially in a game like Call of Duty, but oh my God, man, it gets to a point where it literally seems to take over the art direction of the game. I don't know, man, maybe I'm just getting old. You guys can let me know what you think of that. I know my audience is typically in my age range, a little bit older, a little bit younger, but does a 20-year-old really care about skins in Call of Duty the same way a 30-year-old does? I don't know, man. Maybe it's such a non-issue that I shouldn't even be thinking about it. That game just has so much going on, I don't know what to think. Man, this MP7 is ridiculous. I'm stuck with this sentry gun shooting at me, man. I don't know which way to go. I go out here, get hit by this helicopter. I go out here, get hit by this juggernaut. Playing this again makes me realize that it's actually pretty difficult to talk and play the game at the same time. Wow, Okay, dude. This dude doesn't even care. It's like, whatever, man. I'm not even having fun anymore. I feel that, man. Games just don't hit the same way. Whenever you come back and play these old Call of Duties again, they just don't feel right. People are playing the game weird. People are modding the game. The servers are hosting game modes that you didn't select. It gets a little wacky in here, man. Oh, there we go. We got 4 people in here. Okay, I guess we're not playing a free-for-all because 2 players didn't want to play on Village. And the communication with Xbox Live has been interrupted. It was a great experience. And nobody's playing Face-Off, which is a shame. I actually really enjoyed Face-Off in this game. The small maps with 3 people, really intense firefights, and the DLC maps in this game were pretty fun. You know, for all of the negative things that they've done in recent Call of Duties and recent first-person shooter online games in general, at least they don't split up the player base with DLC. Hell, they actually introduced crossplay now, which is great. But my game is currently stuck. There we go, back in the same lobby. Awesome. Sometimes you just can't escape no matter how hard you try. Countless hours were spent in this game, man. I could have been playing so many different games, planning all of my retrospective reviews for the future. Instead, I just played countless hours of Call of Duty. Even with the impending doom of the game industry aside, there are some cool things to look forward to. Like we said, Battlefield 6 is looking pretty good. It's shaping up to be a pretty cool game. We also have the Metal Gear Solid Delta remake coming out in a few months. That looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I already saw Konami advertising DLC for that game, so I don't know how to feel about that. But does it really surprise anybody? At this point, I'll be surprised if I get a complete physical version of that game. Speaking of which, I did just pick up the HD collection. I'm planning on playing through Peace Walker and Metal Gear Solid 4 beforehand, because I still want to do videos on those. If you guys have a preference to which you would rather see, definitely let me know, because I've kind of been tossing that one up. I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. I know my poor fat PS3 is going to be working overtime if I decide to do Metal Gear Solid 4, so that'll be a little bit annoying. In other news, if you're wondering what's going on with the channel, got some racing game stuff that I'm planning on doing still. I'm working on a video on the Fast and the Furious games, and I have some of them. I've been getting into the Fast and the Furious on the PS2. Plays pretty decently from the first few hours that I've gotten into it, but it looks pretty rough. So I'm not sure if I want to emulate that game just for the sake of gameplay, because I don't feel like it looks very good on the video presentation. I know some people don't mind that, but I know not everybody loves the original hardware game capture, because it does look pretty low resolution. I'm just dying left and right. If you can't tell, I kind of forgot how to play this game and talk at the same time. Kind of actually forgot how to play the game in general. I haven't played this game in like a decade. I don't remember where any of the spawns are at. You know, it's like riding a bike. You play it a few times, it'll come back. What's more effective, impact for FMJ or speed so you can run faster? You can tell that half this lobby was in that max rank game. Guess we all just went to level 80. Speaking of end of life, I learned an interesting little fact about Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii, and that's that in the Spec Ops version, you can't play the single player without a connection to the servers, which have been discontinued, meaning that you literally cannot play the Spec Ops mode solo offline. Well, you can't play it at all actually, because the servers are gone. The same goes for Black Ops on the Wii. You can't play combat training with bots in a private match because you have to be connected to the online servers that don't exist anymore. That being said, the Wii version of Black Ops did get a third-party server. I just give up. I give up on trying to play while talking. You guys are just gonna watch me die. There has been a third-party server revival for Black Ops, so you can actually play combat training again thanks to that. But once again, if those servers go down, you're gonna lose access again. It's a little ridiculous. And I know it's such a silly thing to complain about because, well, you could just pick up another version of the game, but it's like, I still think the Wii version is fun to go back and check out, and that's one element that you can't. And it sucks to lose access to something you bought and paid for, which is probably going to be a lot more common in the future. I mean, hell, Black Ops 6 needs an internet connection for the campaign. So what does that spell for the end of life when Black Ops 6 is no longer supported in the future? I have a feeling the future is going to be fairly all digital and grim. You're going to play what the copyright holders let you download, and when they decide to revoke that access, that's gonna be it. Man, there was something about the MSR in this game that felt unlike any other sniper in Call of Duty. It's just so satisfying, man. Or at least it would be if I could actually get a kill with it. Oh, there we go. I want to see if I can actually get a couple of kills this game. Ah. Ooh, well, it wasn't too bad. I just felt like doing something a little bit different with this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.